and welcome to another exciting edition of the Springboard Hangout. The Springboard Hangout, as you know, is your educative program where we ask critical questions and get answers to help us in our lives. My name is Comfort Okra. Based on what we've been talking about in the past few weeks, we've been talking about agribusiness and spaces that we can occupy in those places. So therefore, we are continuing our series. And guess what? Believe it or not, I happen to have in the studios today one young gentleman. Let me leave it closer so you can hear me well. One young gentleman who says that agric is his life. He was born agric, raised agric, and is now in agric. He is born, bred, and agric. That is Leonard. And he's sitting in one corner. And then we have a powerful lady who tells me that if you talk about technology and agric, she is the one to come to. So, let me tell you this. Don't go anywhere. Just be glued to your TV or your phone or whatever device you're using to watch us on, because today is going to be so late. We will be right back. Call a friend, let the person come in, especially if you know someone who is interested in agric or the TVET or the whole value chain. It's going to be late. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Get me York's rent-a-car. I need a car in 15 minutes. Hi, I'm Jake Morris, and I travel globally. But when I'm in Ghana, York's Rent-A-Car is my reliable choice for safety and comfort on the road. York's Rent-A-Car provides comprehensive logistics services to mainly blue-chip companies as well as individual clients.
At a time, we needed a car rental service, and York's fitted in very well per our standards.
Their services is top-notch. Drivers are on time.
It was beautiful to see them behind the wheels. And anytime they pick up a guest, the guests were very, very happy.
Already? Yeah. Excellent. York's Rent-A-Car provides services and expertise that include meet and greet services at the airport, car rental, driver personnel outsourcing, and vehicle detailing. What's the problem? It's you. I told you. York's Rent-A-Car delivers world-class service to its customers, having their highest safety and comfort in mind. So watch you. Go must open for him. York's Rent-A-Car runs 24/7 operations where customers can make car reservations and inquiries of our services online and also call our hotline.
He's on the turnaround.
Welcome back to the Springboard Hangout. Today we are hanging out with two wonderful people. We are hanging out with Leonard, who is the CEO of Eden Throne Farms and Investments. We'll find out more about why we have that nice combination.
Sure.
And he is the one who is born, bred, and buttered. Now this one, I'm sure it is cooked or something in agric. And then we have Hilary. Yeah. Hilary is an amazing lady, and I can't wait to get into their stories and also learn from them. Leonard and Hilary, you're welcome to the Springboard Hangout.
Thank you.
So, Leonard, since you're, right next to me, so tell us, who is Leonard? Tell us about your story.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. I'm Farmer Leonard Nana on my reporters.
Hey, you can't steal my title though. There you go.
Well, doctors call themselves doctors, so I'm also farmer.
Exactly,
yes.
Because I'm soon going to be soon I'll be a farmer.
Oh, okay.
So you can't take my title. No, you can't.
Oh, okay, then
But
I have.
Share because we have doctors and we have plenty.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. So I'm Farmer Leonard Nana on my reporters, the CEO of Eden Throne Farms and Investments. Basically, we are into general farming. Yes, so I started farming 7 years ago, and there have been a lot of challenges that I'll talk about later, but I've never regretted being a farmer, and I'm always proud being a farmer. So Leonard is basically a born farmer.
You were born farmer.
I'm a born farmer.
Okay. Did this born farmer have any educational background in farming, or it just happened that you just went into farming?
Oh yes, I have been to the agri school.
Which of the agri school?
Bunsu.
There's only one agri school.
No. Bunsu Agri College. Worked with the MOFA. Did my service at the MOFA.
Which one is the MOFA?
Ministry of Food and Agriculture.
Yeah.
Yes, worked with the MOFA for a while and decided to pursue my dream.
So how long were you as Ministry of Food and Agriculture?
Just a year.
You were there for a year. Was it for your service?
No. After my service, I was retained there for a year.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, and then whilst you were there, so what were you doing there? Apart from
Before moving to Ministry of Food and Agriculture, my dad had a land.
Okay.
That's why I always said I'm a born farmer, because I had a background.
Okay.
So whilst I was working, I started some pig farming with some 3 pigs.
Okay.
And I left it with my mom taking care of it for me. So whilst I was working, I was like, no, I need to come and pursue the dream. And my dad also did well doing some startups as well. So, and it got to a time that he wasn't interested in what he was doing. And he even didn't want us to become farmers, but we wanted to come and pursue the dream. And here we are now. But going forward, when I came back to pursue the dream, I had a challenge. I wanted to get married early. So I met a lady, I talked to him. Yes, she really loved me. But okay, so let's go and meet your parents. And what she told me was, no, I need to get back to Mofa, because she wouldn't be comfortable introducing me to her parents as a farmer.
Okay, so that the love of your life, and you can see some of your piggery products here. Yeah. The love of your life said, farmer.
No. He wants to send home a doctor, a teacher, a pharmacist. So that is why I call myself a pharmacist now. I'm a pharmacist. If I knew this earlier on.
You're not a farmer.
No, I'm a pharmacist.
Oh, your job is a pharmacist.
Yes.
But your title is farmer.
Yes. So farmer, when you spell farmer and you add sis to it.
No, I agree that you're a pharmacist. But yes. I would be a farmer. I would not be a pharmacist. That one. So let's come to you, Hilary. Hilary, do tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Hilary Adari. I am founder of agri-tech startup Wonfliki. Wonfliki is a startup leveraging drone technology and geospatial information to help offer services, affordable services to farmers. At Wonfliki, we say that we are employing flights and insights to secure the future of food. And we're doing this using the drone technology that we have to work for farmers, basically.
So then, were you always playing with drones? How did you end up in what do you call it?
The drone industry.
In the drone industry, or even somewhere that you decided that you are going to work with the drones to provide insights to farmers.
Okay, so my journey hasn't been a straight one.
Okay.
Because my background is in geomatic engineering.
Right. What do you do as a geomatic engineer?
It's popularly known as land surveying.
That's the one we do. Don't let it be very, very complicated. Life is not hard. So it's survey. Because recently I was with somebody who needed a surveyor. Anyway. Okay. So
all right. So there's geomatic engineering. I have always taken a liking to agriculture, but it wasn't something I knew I would be getting into. It was just in hindsight. And then, so there's geomatic engineering, there's what, agriculture, and then there's the drone technology or entrepreneurship. So along the line for me, I got admitted into an inaugural program at UNICEF, where we were trained by MEST, Meltwater Entrepreneurial School of Technology.
Fantastic.
So they took us through a rigorous training of how to do business and how to succeed, if I may say.
Yeah.
So after the program, I ventured into this startup. It was birthed there. The idea or concept of Wonfliki or using drones to work, it has always been there. But then taking it as a business and then considering the target market being farmers, it was birthed in UNICEF, in the UNICEF Startup Lab. And then since then, we've been on this trajectory to serve farmers with the technology that we have.
How does your part work? How does it help him do his work?
Okay, so we have pre-production stage in farming, and that's where the inputs go into the farm, and then over a period of time, the farmers harvest. Okay. So what we do is we assist farmers to do this work efficiently, and then we help them do more with less. So the concept we're bringing on board is actually something called precision farming. We're now telling farmers that you've known your trade for a very long time. However, with the science of things, we believe that using X technology, which is geospatial information and then drone technology, we can help you maximize the use of your farm to gain a lot of output or yield. So whereas you were just spreading fertilizers on your farm, now we're saying that we believe that this part of your farm does not need this much fertilizer. And so if we can help you map this farm out using our geospatial technology and then using our drones to apply the foliar fertilizers that you have, you can make more use of the land than you were previously using. Also, we're able to predict the yields of the farmer before harvest. So then we can actually put numbers and science behind what the farmer is doing. Lately, you have a lot of corporations asking for traceability of production. This is what we're here for. We're here to assist farmers like Leo do more with what they've always had.
Here to assist to do farmer to help to do more with what they've always done.
Yes, please.
So now I fortunately came across some videos of yours.
Okay.
So now I want you to talk us through that video, and I want you to you're talking to Farmer Leo, and you're talking to almost Farmer Comfort.
Okay.
So talk to us. Show me with your video.
Okay.
How that technology that you have would help me as I'm now starting my farm, and then Leo, who already has a farm.
Okay.
So so help us.
So Farmer Comfort and Farmer Leo.
Yeah.
Before you begin your farm, you need to understand the area in which you are going.
So here's
So this was a farm project on a cassava plantation.
Okay.
Over 1,000. They're saying their farm is over 17,000 acres, but we're given 1,000 to work on.
Wow.
So we were there to apply weedicides, selective and non-selective, to kill the weeds because they had already planted some cassava on the farms. So we're there to assist them do this. Someone would ask, why not use a boom sprayer to do this? So now this is where the advantage of some technologies come in over others. With the architecture of the farm, it wouldn't be prudent to use a boom sprayer because then as the tractor is moving, it's going to destroy some crops. Hence the need for technologies like the drone technology, where we would fly this drone to spray the farm. So what this does is someone would say, okay, I have knapsackers that will come, the bags people wear to spray. But again, you cannot measure the amount of weedicide or fertilizer going onto the farm. So the best thing to do is to employ services like ours, which is data-centric and can break things down for you. So this particular project was an example of applying weedicides onto a farm, a cassava plantation.
Wow.
So in this case, like you can see, I mean, if you can see the drone flying and
Yes.
Distributing the
weedicide,
yeah.
over the plant.
Yes.
And in this case, how long does it take for you to apply it over the 1,000 acres that you were given?
So we work per acreage, and then this drone can do about 5 acres in one flight.
In one flight, how long
So-
is the flight?
Less than 15 minutes.
No. Let's do this again. You're saying that if I have 5 acres,
Yes.
and I need to spray whatever I have, whatever I need to do at that
Yes.
particular moment, and I call you,
Yes.
Hilary,
Yes.
and say, Hilary, this is the issue that I have. And we walk through the type, and me, I like organic food, so whatever I'm going to spray is going to be organic.
Okay.
And so this is my thing, and I give it to you. You want to tell me that from the prep, after we've done the prep, because maybe the prep will take slightly longer,
Yes.
you would be able to do this in 15 minutes.
Yes,
if I have 5 acres, you
Yes,
do it.
please.
Which if I had
The knapsackers.
the knapsackers to come and do
One
it,
week.
probably they'll still be
Yes.
moving their hands up and down. My hands will be hurting.
Sorry. So in actual fact, we took 2 drones to this farm.
Okay.
So then the 5 acres would be employing the 2. So roughly it's 2.5 per drone to do the same less than 15 minutes. So 2.5. So that's 5 acres. Yes. So we're able to do work in a shorter time. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to maximize efficiency. We're trying to save time. In rural areas, you have a lot of farmers using their families to farm. Now, a social impact of what we're doing is that we're trying to free up some time for kids used as labor on the farm. So if a parent is saying, I cannot take my son or my daughter to school because I need them on the farm to do X, Y, Z, we are saying that let us help you do this work and let your child focus on going to school. I mean, it's even better because now your child is an educated person who's going to learn about this and probably even use this technology on behalf of the family. So that's what we're trying to preach.
Wow! This is so interesting.
Yes.
Honestly, because I mean, I think one of the images that we always have at the back of our minds. That is why your sweetheart said, "Oh no, as for a farmer, dear."
Farmers are always poor.
No, it's poor, but that is very labor intensive.
Sure.
But in this case, she's saying that labor is possible to reduce the intensity of it. You still have to do the labor.
Sometimes even the risk.
The risk.
The risk.
Yes.
Most people, even those who does the spray, they don't even put on
the right PPEs.
Sure.
Yes.
So they are really going to save us a lot.
They're going to save you a lot.
Yes.
And to buttress this, one reason why agriculture is not so lucrative for women is the labor aspect of it. So if we can now sort of augment what they're doing with the technology, they can do more. Because women have been found to actually do more with the little that they have. So imagine if they had the technology at their disposal. Colossal.
Wow.
And you know what? Many farmers are spending their money now to buy back pains medicines because of this spray. Yes. Mostly if you decide to do the spray yourself for a while, you end up in your 40s, you'll be holding a walking stick. But definitely you'll be walking like that.
So that I think that brings us to the point about how can we apply technology to what we are doing?
Yes.
How do we make it less labor intensive? How do we make it more attractive for you there who may have learned? In this case, you were a surveyor. I don't think that you were a simple surveyor.
Yes.
But now you use that knowledge that you have to help farmers. You know, when I looked at your thing, I was like, okay, he has how many things do you work? How many products do you have on your farm, right?
I do general farming.
General farming,
And
okay.
my business name is Aiding Drum. So as we know, Aiding in the Bible, everything was derived from there.
Okay.
So kindly, I want to have everything as Aiding Drum.
Okay.
And that is what I'm working towards.
Okay.
So I do fish farming, beekeeping, piggery, coconut plantation, palm plantation, snails. Even I have crabs.
Crabs.
Yes.
So that means that if I want to do United Nations
Yes.
come to your end.
You are sorted. You are sorted.
I didn't get the what do you call? I didn't get the palm, or you have the palm nuts as well.
Yes, I have palm nuts.
You have palm nuts
yes,
as well.
I have
You
palm
have some plantain.
plantain, maize. In fact, everything.
Everything.
And you see,
Uh-huh.
in intro, we had rivers that was watering the garden, and I have those rivers at the intro.
Wow.
Sure.
Wow. So how many people do you have on your farm presently?
19.
19.
Yes, 19.
Full-timers
Because I have,
or
I
part-timers?
have full timers. I have a local rest stop too, that I sell my farm produce there. So I have people working there as well, and other working on the farm.
So that means that you may process some of your products.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
is that you or someone a worker?
That's me.
That's
from Leonard.
I see.
Yeah,
So
from
in this case, you have your products.
Yes.
And you're saying, tell me that you have did you say a rest stop?
A rest stop, like a local, let's say local choba.
A local. Oh.
A local
So you
choba.
use the products from your farm.
Exactly.
To service the
Sure.
So then you've moved from just being a producer to now being a manufacturer.
Yes.
Because you're using your farm products
Sure.
to work in the. And how do people patronize your farm?
Oh, yes.
Your job bar?
They do. You see, there's the time I was telling my sister this afternoon that, you see, those days, because people didn't want to go into agriculture, we were calling it agriculture. And agric and culture. Culture is a way of life. And now we said we are doing agribusiness.
Uh-huh.
So my focus is I'm doing business. I'm a complete businessman. I have a farm office that when I'm going to the farm, I put on my suit. When I get there, I change myself and I start work. So that is the mentality that I'm having now. So one challenge that farmers have is marketing. And if you don't take care, you start a nice farm, but this middleman will collapse your farm. In a year, thousands of farmers begins, but a few of them ended. And it all depends on market. What normally happens is sometimes you become frustrated and you sell your product at a very cheap prices. And that is what is killing many farms these days. So I have decided to target the final consumer myself.
So apart from the chop bar,
Okay.
what else? How do you get in touch with your consumer?
Okay, so for instance, my pork, I do package it myself,
Okay.
freeze it, then sell it to the final consumer. And sometimes too, I do grills as well, pork grills as well. And with my fish too, I smoke it. I smoke it with an oven, which is very neatly packaged. And you can even keep it for 6 months. But
in this case, I have to ask: have you FDA this? Have you gone to the FDA to get?
I'm working on it.
You're working on
Yes,
it.
I'm
Okay.
working on
Okay.
it.
So let's work on that.
I'm even looking at the international market. So that is something
There
that.
you are. Heading through oven dry fish.
Yes.
So did you bring any?
Actually.
No. Because you did it just implies that you are not a farmer. Because a farmer who doesn't have Hilary,
Yes. That's the truth.
a farmer must have his farm produce.
Don't worry. Your weekend at Benquine is sorted.
It's
by
sorted.
It's sorted by you.
You
Oh, yes, please. And the snails as well.
I see. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
So then you've looked at the fact that there's a challenge if you, as a farmer, depend on a middle person to take your goods. Not only that, maybe sometimes you get spoilage,
Sure.
but then you don't get the right price.
Exactly.
So in order to control the pricing,
Sure.
you've looked at how you can reach your end
Exactly.
user directly.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Leonard, that is so exciting. I mean, I can't, I'm glad that I have my weekend Abenquine sorted
Sure.
today. So is it going to be every weekend?
you don't have a problem at all.
I mean, I'm sure you're excited listening to this and seeing the possibilities that you, watching us today, can access in the field of agri technology and everything along the agri value chain. We're going for a short break. When we return, our dear Hilary will blow your mind.
Get me York's rent a car. I need a car in 15 minutes. Hi, I'm Jake Morris, and I travel globally. But when I'm in Ghana, York's Rent a Car is my reliable choice for safety and comfort on the road. York's Rent a Car provides comprehensive logistics services to mainly blue chip companies as well as individual clients.
At a time, we needed a car rental service, and York's fitted in very well per our standards.
Their services is top notch. Drivers are on time.
It was beautiful to see them behind the wheels. And anytime they pick up a guest, the guests were very, very happy.
Already? Yeah. Excellent. York's Rent a Car provides services and expertise that include meet and greet services at the airport, car rental, driver personal outsourcing, and vehicle detailing. What's the problem? It's you. I told you. York's Rent a Car delivers world-class service to its customers, having their highest safety and comfort in mind. So watch him. Two of us are open for him. York's Rent a Car runs 24/7 operations, where customers can make car reservations and inquiries of our services online and also call our hotline.
It's always interesting, and when we do these sessions, and Leonard, before we went to the break, Leonard was telling us that my Aberquai United Nations is sorted for this weekend. I mean, with my pig, I have a bit of pig, I have a bit of goat, snails,
fish,
mushroom.
No.
Oh, at least there's crab.
Oh yes.
Yes, I mean it is sorted.
Sure.
If you want to join us, you would have to get the secret code, the hangout, the Springboard hangout secret code. Should we share it with them?
Not yet.
Oh, yeah. It's under the coded location, which you would need technological background to help you find it. When we were going, we looked at the fact that we shot the video where you were using your technology on a farm that was already in existence. Yeah. In this case, if me, the upcoming or supposed newbie farmer is going on, it's going to start, I think, would I need your service? Do you have services that target us? And if you do, what kind of services do you render?
Yes, to answer your question, we do have services for new farmers. So with a new farm, you would need to understand your land. So we are saying that the old ways of farming, it doesn't suffice anymore if we are to meet the level of food consumption in the world right now. So with our technology, we can help you analyze your soil and know what type of soil you have to determine what kind of plants are best to grow on your land. We would also along the line help you with your topography, that is to understand. So with our mapping, you see the points in there. What we do is
those points, what are they for?
So those are the number of camera stations airborne we take. So we take that much photos in the air.
Okay.
Yes. And then it generates a model like this. So from a model like this, we're able to help you analyze vegetation if you already have vegetation on your farm. And we can help you with getting a topography for your land. It's basically the nature of your land. So that if you need to buy irrigation materials, you would know how to optimize the positioning of the irrigation to get the best out of it. So we have the beginning soil analysis, we have vegetational analysis. Then back to the old video where we were helping people to spray. We help you spray your weedicides, that is if your farm uses that, herbicides and fertilizers, that's if your farm does. And then after that, we're able to analyze the content on your farm with the vegetational analysis. So this we do through sensors and then satellite imagery. So not only do we sense things on your farm with our drones, but we also employ the use of satellite imagery. So we take images and then we pass them through some algorithms to get data out of it to help you make the most from your farm. And then when it's time for harvest, we can help you predict the yield to expect at harvest. So there's the predictive analysis in there. Currently, we're working on trying to include climate and weather assessment because times have changed and weather patterns have taken a different turn. So currently, we're trying to include that in the model for the farmers that we work with so that they can be in tune with what's happening to take advantage of the situation.
Because I think one of the things that sometimes farmers will talk about is the fact that when they thought the weather would be good, when they sowed in this particular year, the weather is so bad. Either the thing just blew their farms away, or there was no rain, it was mainly sun, that kind of stuff. You think you can attempt to help me?
We can, because...
Do you have the technology to do that?
We do. Wow. So once we have access to satellite data, I mean the meteor analysis we watch on the news from CNN that can forecast weather for a week or so, we equally can have access to that to tell you that, okay, farmer X expect rains between maybe Monday and Wednesday or something like that. So I mean we're equally in the game to help our farmers.
Great.
Yes.
Great.
What do you think? I mean, if you were to start heading through again, how would you start it?
Actually, I really had to involve them.
You would need to involve them. Why?
Because you see, farming is something that if someone wants to become a doctor, he goes to school. If someone wants to become a nurse, he goes to a teacher, even a feeder. You need to learn. But farming is something that people don't want to learn before they start. People don't want to get the techniques before they start. You see, and that is why most people are losing in their field. So I think they are doing the best, and they should be the closest friends to farmers.
I love this point. I really love this point.
Closest, because you see, the farming we're doing these days is capital intensive.
Okay.
And it will be very sad that because of something little, or is it expensive?
It's affordable.
Okay.
It's affordable.
Something little that you pay to them, you end up losing all your capital. Last year, I lost around 12,000 on maize because of climate change. The time that I was expecting the rain, it didn't come. And the time that I wasn't expecting it, it came. So if I would have known that my 12,000 would be saved.
Farmer's friend.
Yes.
Yes. In fact, closest farmers.
Wow. I really like that. Personally, this series has been very helpful to me, So I'm learning, as you're saying, I'm learning more about farming to appreciate what goes into that space. I mean, and so on. And one of the things that I learned in my this thing is the fact that you can decide before you start to say, okay, what do I wish to get out of this space of land, right? And therefore you plan the type of crops you would like to have there, and even the outline, but if you do all this without looking at where technology also plays in this space, I think as you are showing us today, you may be at a disadvantage.
Yes.
So if you are there and you have any question for either Leonard or Hilary, kindly send your questions in. I mean, because I know that I have learned so much. I don't know about you, and I'm now excited even more to see that can I get more out of this particular new adventure that I may be embarking on. I watched a video where this gentleman was saying that based on your predictive.
Okay.
That for the type of technology he uses in planting his crops,
Sure.
he's able to do 3 or 4 harvesting sessions. This what's it called? Lettuce.
Sure. Sure.
But usually the lettuce people who are by the roadside, they just lettuce harvest once.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you do lettuce?
Yes, I do.
Do you harvest once or you do more than?
I do more than.
You do a
But
multiple.
I change the. Let's say if I do lettuce, I do cabbage. I do different things.
Crop rotation.
Yes.
Right. Okay. And he's able to predict that to this particular yield, I'm going to get about 10 tons or 5 tons or whatever, because he uses this kind of predictive
Yes.
and can tell what his turnover would be like.
Mom, and let me put in this. You see, this shouldn't always be, so they should also come up with something that will also help livestock as well. Because livestock is also capital intensive, and a lot of people are losing money. Let's take pig farming, for instance. Most farmers don't even know how much they are spending on a pig a day on their farm. So they are not even able to calculate their profit they're going to get at the end of either 8 months or 1 year. And they end up losing. The same way that you get a shop, you bring goods in, and you're able to calculate the profit you are going to get after selling the goods. You should be able to know at the end of, let's say, 1 year, selling my snails, how much am I going to get? Selling my pigs, how much am I going to get? Selling my, let's say, chicken or whatever, my fish, how much am I going to get? So, for instance, at my farm now, I know that I feed a pig 5 cedis, 40 pesos a day.
Wow.
5 cedis, 40 pesos a day.
How did you get by that? How did you?
Yes, per the feed that I'm mixing. So if I'm mixing 1 ton of feed and I'm feeding 60 pigs, and I do the math, so I know I'm feeding 5 cedis, 60 pesos. So if you are coming to convince me I should sell to you less than what I've invested in, no, it won't happen. It won't happen. Yes.
I love that.
Sure.
I love that. The precision,
Sure.
the fact that, so if you are there and maybe you said, oh, well, but I didn't do farming. Well, I don't want to be a farmer. But here is somebody who needs a business manager who understands working the numbers, who understands how to sell on the market. And so you're a marketing professional. You have to come here and say, okay, so how can I help you? Or whatever, wherever there's space for you in the agri chain. Don't think that it's only for the agriculture, the people who do agriculture.
Yes.
There's space for everybody.
And if I may add to what Leo just said, so he spoke to the math of things. So I'd like to speak to the science of things.
Okay.
So then again, we have IoTs, the Internet of Things. You can incorporate that to know the unit metrics, not just by the items you buy from the market to mix the feed, but then you can actually measure unit metrics using IoTs. Say, I haven't delved into the space of livestock, but off the top of my head, the average weight, because I believe you sell them by weight. You can incorporate all these chips or whatever. People don't like technology because they are sort of scared, but you can incorporate this to measure and then actually have unit metrics for everything that you have.
Great.
Yeah.
So we deals with the feed conversion ratio.
Okay.
So basically, if let's say you are going into pig farm, you should get breed stocks that their feed conversion ratio is high. Because if their feed conversion ratio is not high, and even if you feed them jollof, at the end of the day. So I think I'm understanding the science he's coming from.
Yes. Do pigs eat jollof? They're omnivores, right?
No.
Pigs are omnivores, so they
Yes.
should.
Yes.
Yeah, they can eat jollof. And I'm sure you use some of the leftovers from your
Yes.
restaurants to
Exactly.
feed them.
Exactly. So,
So
that is diversification. You see,
Yeah.
one that we'll talk about the investment part of it, but one motive is diversification. So one way or the other, one thing is having direct impact on one thing at my farm. The waste from, I use emo technology, and the sawdust from the pig pen helps grows the vegetables, so I get organic vegetables.
Fantastic.
Yes, so
Fantastic,
one
yeah.
thing is directly helping others, and that is what I want to achieve at my farm.
Fantastic,
Yes.
fantastic. So, sweetheart, Hilary, what would you? Someone is asking here. What motivates you?
What motivates me? It's knowing that I can be of value to my community. Really, I think even if I answered this question in different ways, it would point back to the fact that it's about value addition and contribution to not just my family but the community at large. So being able to do this is a source of motivation.
You know, you talked about being driven by the 3 Ps. What do you mind sharing?
Yes. So this is a borrowed philosophy. My 3 Ps are prayer, persistence, and patience.
Wow.
I strongly believe in this. Madam Comfort asked me if I was patient. I am not, but it's a philosophy. I strive to be patient. So yes.
Fantastic. You talked about you want to share something about investment.
Yes.
What exactly did you mean by that?
Okay, so Edium Farms and Investments.
Yes.
Edium Farms and Investments. So what we do is we do general farming and we do business consultancy and we do sales and supply of goods as well. And the investment aspect of it is now we are looking at people have money at the bank that they don't even know what to use the money for. So we want to build a platform that with time people can invest in us. People can invest their money with us. So if you are investing, let's say 1,000 cedis with us, we know at the end of the day, with 1,000 cedis, we can produce, let's say, 10 chickens for you. We can produce, let's say, a 250 capacity. We have Tapori ponds that is able to take 250 capacity of fish. So let's say we will give you the mass that, okay, 2,000 can take care of 250 catfish. We have the expertise. We take care of it for you. At the end of the day, you sell it, you pay us something later.
I like that one.
Yeah.
So then where is that your catfish who are jumping up? and
Yes,
down?
yes,
Wow.
yes. These are burger catfish.
Why burger?
Oh yes, because they are being bred by burger farmer.
Oh, so somebody who is invested.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, in your investment.
Sure.
So somebody who's invested, you're doing it for the person.
Sure.
Oh, okay. So
Sure.
yeah, you name the fish burger catfish.
Yes, burger catfish.
Right. Okay. So you see, indeed, United Nations.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So if you have the opportunity, Hilary, to dream, what will the next 5 years look like for you?
The next 5 years.
And in this case, you don't have any barriers. There are no challenges. What will the next 5 years look like for you?
It would be filled with diverse technologies, really, to solve a lot of challenges in our community. I would do this over again because really the joy is in the climb or the ride, something like that,
Yeah.
Paulo. Yes. So I really would do this over again. And the next 5 years would be full of meaningful technology, not just technology for the sake of it, but looking at or observing the processes we have in our communities and then applying technology or innovation to how we do things. Thank you.
I want to piggyback on what she just said. The fact that we're going to use technology we're going to use technology to have innovative solutions to problems that we have in society. So if we bring together all of us, looking at ways that we can come up with innovative solutions to issues that we have, what kind of Ghana do you see us living in the next 5 years? And I asked you that question because you had an answer. The coach of arms of yours.
Okay, so talking about my field, in the next 5 years, I want to see a Ghana who will move from feeding Ghana to feeding nations. Because importing things into Ghana is our problem now, and we have to start exporting more. So we have to move from feeding Ghana to feeding nations. And also, personally, we need to get a lot of people on board in the farming sector. You see, gone are the days that we thought farming was punishment, because back in school, when you do something wrong, you'll be given a portion of land to weed. But we want to tell people that farming is not punishment. Farming is a complete business. So we should have our policies as a country should support the ordinary farmers so that we can push farming forward.
Thank you so much, Leonard, for coming through.
Yeah.
And thank you, Hilary,
Thank you for having me.
also coming to show us how the world of farming, or how the world of even business is changing. And we are very, very grateful. And most importantly, it has been an eye-opening for me. I honestly, though I was joking about it, I'm serious about going to farming. You know, I mean, I've always talked about having my backyard farm.
Okay.
But this time, I think I'll do more than just a little bit of backyard and look at how I can get some land somewhere.
Great.
Ask Hilary to come and help me.
Sure.
Ask you
Yes.
to also come and help me so that I can invest and enjoy from farm to my table.
Sure.
Straight, sharp, filled with the United Nations. All joys
Very necessary.
in my life.
Yes.
Thank you. And today, I know you have enjoyed it. I know you have learned. I know you've been challenged. Call a friend. Call somebody. Say, look, there's space. And let's look at how these spaces, we can come up with innovative solutions to make our world a better place. At 5 p.m. on Sunday as well, watch ETV, because we will have this program being shown on ETV. And until we come your way again next week, enjoy your life. You are loved. You are blessed. You are phenomenal. And you enjoy a fantastic week. All of you. Good night.